the front foot, since that's something they don't often do. He wasn't delighted on the team radio at the end of his race run, but Ferrari looking great on one lap pace, as you said, Joe.
Yeah, the race run was the hope for Mercedes as well, who were more competitive there than they were on one lap pace. But Ferrari just had mechanical grip. And when the track's breaking up, when you've got bumps in play, we had Lewis Hamilton talk about a lack of compliance, a lack of ride quality. But actually, the Ferrari was much better than pretty much every other car in terms of low speed performance, getting the tyres, interacting with the asphalt, and finding grip. They also, with the car, they're able to actually hit the brakes properly in turn one. When you compare the data of everyone, you compare the Ferrari drivers who were similar, attacking with a proper.
Hello guys, it's me FP3 and welcome to the third stream of my channel. We're here on the final practice of the 2026 Hungarian Grand Prix. It already started. Welcome back. Hope you had a nice Friday evening, everyone, and hope you had a good night as well. It's the final practice where we can see the final benchmarks ahead of our qualifying session, which is going to be later in this afternoon. Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc topping the free practice 1 and 2 yesterday. Ferrari absolutely showing great starts here in Hungarian. Cars are not out yet on track. Drivers are preparing in the cars. They're getting into the cars. They're preparing for the session as well. So we're going to see the cars soon head on the track. It's also going. Yeah, my stream is going. Nice. Going back on the actual F1 TV broadcast. Franco Colapinto on track, the man that crashed last time. Yeah, anyways, as you can hear on my voice, I'm really chill at this point. I'm finally relaxed and now I could be excited the whole practice, so I'm not going to be that quiet. I'm really happy that I'm back, and I'm fresh because yesterday I was like really exhausted. Like it felt like I was having a flu a little bit. I had a little bit of headache, but it was because I was really tired. But no, I was okay. I'm fine now. That's the important part. Yeah, Franco Compin. So yet the only man on track. Oh, stupid ads. I hate these ads. Franco Colapinto starts his first lap of the session on new softs. Let's see what lap time he's going to get. We're not on board with him yet. The broadcast is showing us the drivers preparing for the session. We see Max Verstappen now, the form he had in practice 1 and 2, second and fourth. Not bad for him in the RB car, in the Red Bull car. 27 to the first sector. Franco Colapinto trying to push, but the track is still green yet. Not too much rubber on the track, so it's not the grippiest of all at this point, ladies and gentlemen. He's having all purple mini sectors. We're on board with Franco Colapinto now.
Verstappen is a two-time winner this event in 2022 and 23. Where track, time driver Franco Colapinto.
To Hamilton corner. You can hear the wheel spin on the exit of turn one. He was a little wide in the apex. There's the Sahara. That
was a little bit of dust there into the first sector. It was a lot of dust with the first sector, chat. I saw it into turn 2 and 3. It was a lot of dust, and that's the problem into turn 14. We'll see how he can handle the final sector. It's a 22-4 for Franco Colapinto, the first benchmark, but I think this is not a big one.
over the years of racing here. There's nothing wrong with it.
Turn 12 that is being named for Michael Schumacher. Turn 13 named for Ayrton Senna. And into the final turn of the race.
Got to catch myself on that one. Shiz, are we going for a corner?
Yeah, named for
Is
the
there a
first
sort
winner.
of soft tea in there?
Named for the first winner of the Hungarian Grand Prix back before it was part of the Formula One World Championship. Franco Colapinto with a lap on the board, having had a moment at the last turn, spun round into the barriers, and Alpine, you just see the slow mo there of the wheel spin when he applies the throttle. So much torque from this year's generation of cars. Now, there's been a lot of chat about Aston Martin so far this weekend. Let's get an update on how they're faring in the company of Ruth Buscombe.
Thank you very much. So down here in a very warm, narrow pit lane with Lance Stroll's car, and I want to say well done to all the crew of this, because not only did they not break curfew last night, that car is on the ground, wheels on, driver in the car, and ready to roll in this session. And one detail that I just spotted that I loved is once they were finished with getting everything ready, they tilted the car at a slight angle. You can see it's not beautifully straight, and that is because the pit lane down here in Hungary is incredibly tight, and it makes it a bit easier to get out in the practice sessions when the gantries are in a different position than there will be in qualifying and the race. Updates also from the pit lane. Ferrari, both cars looking pretty ready to go. The Racing Bull car of Arvid Lindblad, however, one of the other two teams, Ferrari and the Racing Bulls, were the two that broke curfew last night. No penalties, they're using jokers. That car is still on high stands. But other than that, everybody is waiting, biding their time, and expecting to do 2 runs on those red soft tyres later in the session. No one wants to go too early unless you've got some setup work to do, because the track evolution here is very high and you get a better reference.
Thank you, Ruth. And Ruth will be returning to the pit wall.
Yeah, Lance Stroll on track after being absent yesterday, Friday. We see also Fernando Alonso preparing. Lance Stroll on new mediums, ladies and gentlemen. He's probably starting on some medium runs now. Franco Colapinto doing another hot lap on the softs. 28.5, a little improvement to the first sector.
Vastly updated car. Been an update document that got with us yesterday. 16 lines. The Aston Martin.
Franco Colapinto improves to the second sector as well. Valtteri Bottas is on track as well. He's nearly going to be out of the pits, and curiously seeing what tires he's going to use now. 121.7 for Franco Colapinto, an improvement for the Argentinian in this session. Lance Stroll starts his flying lap as well on the mediums. Bottas on the new softs as well. Oscar Piastri, as we see, ladies and gentlemen, prepared for the session in the car with a helmet, focused and looking forwards to what is going to be in this session. Lance Stroll at 30.4. I think he's doing long runs at this point, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, as we see, still a lot of understeer for Aston Martin car. It didn't look that well for him to the first corner. So Lance Stroll has struggled, and there's dust as well. So the track is not too grip at this point, and it's not too clean, ladies and gentlemen. Valtteri Bottas in the Cadillac starts his flying lap as well. Nico Hulkenberg gets out on track as well with the mediums, as we see the replay of Lance Stroll going over the vibrators, exceeding the track limits a little bit and there's a lot of dust going on. Stroll puts at 124.4 in on the board, 2.7 seconds away from the current leader of free practice 3. George Russell, as you can see, he's on hard tires. George Russell probably is going to start on long runs. We're on board with Valtteri Bottas now.
Somehow it's got dirtier again in some places. Comes the latest to jump on the circuit. So basically, everyone that is still troubleshooting their cars with.
Whoa, little slide for Valtteri Bottas to the third corner.
Not a huge amount of hope of points right now. We're using this as a testing session. That's so sensible. If you think there's performance in there, wait, and you'll get a better chance to extract it in a few moments' time. I don't need to wait for too much longer though, because we are now 11 minutes into the session to jump on board with Bottas.
Bottas' season so far, personal best of 13th at the end of the Grand Prix in China. It's his best result, and still Cadillac's best result. Paris got a penalty for parking up long on the restart late on in the Monaco Grand Prix, which cost him 10th place. It's a bit of an adventure, track which still looks very low. Final turn.
Yeah, we're sliding to the last corner as we go on board. It's a 1:23.8, 1:23.2. Sorry. Non-Stroll has his lap time deleted, of course, for exceeding track limits, and he got a now lap time of 1:50.9. Nico Hulkenberg, ladies and gentlemen, on medium tires, he's having a 28.3. Purple sector, quicker than Franco Colapinto on the softs.
But drivers going deep at that first turn as well, not making that apex. Berg was the latest to struggle to get the car properly stopped. Mediums on the Audi.
Hulkenberg trying to score his first points this weekend since the season finale, 9th place last year in Abu Dhabi. Sometimes when you get a title decider, you have a look at the low reaches of the points of Abu Dhabi and go, oh, because when you're focusing on the title battle, and that's mainly the race that you're seeing, you can't always recall instantly who was in the lower end of the points. But that's the last time the Hulkenberg was in the top 10 at the end of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, Franco Colapinto was provisionally first, and now we have Nico Hulkenberg leading the session with nearly half a second quicker ahead of the man who crashed yesterday. Oscar Piastri preparing for the session on new softs, ladies and gentlemen. One of the real drivers here in the real teams. Oscar Piastri is going to be our first benchmark today, ladies and gentlemen. He's out on track. All right, boys, I'm gonna go check the chat. I don't want to ignore you, so sorry, I can't check it like permanently because I'm also watching the broadcast live to know what I'm talking about, and also the live timing as well. All right, I'm gonna go check the live chat now. All right. No one yet. No one yet. But though we have 3 persons watching now, that's pretty amazing. We had 3 persons watching at one point. And it doesn't matter if they are guests or not. Oh, Stuart! Yo! Yo! How are you, buddy? Thanks for joining my stream. How's been your Friday evening yesterday? Yo, happy you joined, man. Yeah, I know you like my comment. Yeah, cars, you know. Yeah, glad you're here, man. Hope you're doing well. Also, a few hours until qualifying, so I'm actually really curious what's gonna happen in qualifying. Yeah, you travel to the treatment place. Glad that you arrived there and you're good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm fresh. I'm not tired as yesterday. Yeah, and hope your treatments are going to go well. I really hope you're going to get through. I know it's hard. My opinion about Aston Martin. Um, yes, I think the pace is better for Aston Martin. I mean, Alonso finished, I think 19th, so it's an easy improvement. I should say it's an improvement. We'll see what Alonso will do on this flying lap, though. Lance Stroll is still on the mediums. Though Stroll still had a lot of understeer issues, but I know the track is not rubbed in yet. Oscar Piastri blitzing all the sectors and goes with a 119.9 and tops the leaderboard with a 119.9. Still a lot of time to find for the drivers. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton's on track on softs as well. He's only having a personal best through the first sector. Yeah, and also to the second one. It's probably not going to be the fastest lap, but it's still time for him. As Leclerc, his teammate goes with a 120.1. Amazing final sector for the Monegasque driver. As Lewis Hamilton goes 3 tenths behind his teammates with a 120.5, but he corrected Leclerc's third sector lap time. Also, Stuart, I hope you enjoy watching my stream. So glad that you're here too, man. I'm so grateful. Any viewer is important to me, man. So grateful you're here. And I know it's an effort for you to uh, watch me in these tough conditions you're going through. Yeah, also thanks for the nice feedback again. But in my opinion, there's still a lot to improve about my streams. I don't know, probably the layout because it captures my whole screen nearly, so it's probably not the best one. But I think for beginning, it's good enough, I should say. Meanwhile, Lando Norris in a 27.9 is already having a serious benchmark to the first sector on new softs. As Nico Hulkenberg and Lawson bring up improvements as well. Lando Norris is blitzing the sectors as well. We'll see what he's gonna do to the final corners of the track. Isaac Hadjar doing a good job to the first sector of 20.8 as Lando Norris goes with a 119.0. It's a solid lap at the beginning of the session in the first 20 minutes. I'm gonna check the live broadcast from F1 TV and I'm gonna be back watching the live chat as well. So Stuart, I'll be back. Yeah, Lando blocked, as he says. There's a yellow flag to the third corner, as you could see there. As Isaac Hatcher goes second.
We're in between turn 9 and turn 10. Interesting to see the Ferraris are the only car running over the right curb.
We have red flag again.
A little bit of movement, but they can really put the power down. Everybody else that tries touching the curve, they can't.
We have a red flag, chat. I don't know what happened. And Sergio Perez is stopped on track. Sergio Perez is stopped on track, ladies and gentlemen. He probably had an engine issue, and oh, his brakes are smoking. A brake failure for the Mexican driver in the Cadillac. Sergio Perez is having a brake failure, and the mechanics team from Cadillac have to work hard to fix his brakes until the qualifying session. So Sergio Perez is the man that stopped. No crashes whatsoever, but though it's another session with red flag. So yeah, guys, we're gonna have a break a little bit on track. Or everyone is going to pit now. Everyone is pitting. It's red flag, and the session is stopped. I should see a replay then. I see the replay. Everything clear for Checo. Into turn one, he's going well. Oh. Oh. Oh, we had a lockup on the rear tires. That was really weird. And also the engine had a little failure, and the brakes are on fire. In the back says the Mexican driver on board with Fernando Alonso, impeded by his own teammate. Oh, it was close. Lance Stroll impeded his teammate, ladies and gentlemen. And we also see a lockup with Alonso's Aston Martin. We have yellow flag. Both cars are going to get on track pretty soon.
As quickly as he could, the red flag is out. So the Aston Martins nearly collected each other.
It's still red flag, but it shows us here it's a yellow flag around here, right in front of turn 4, and here to turn 2. The stewards from the track, the marshals, are taking care, and they brought the fire extinguisher, extinguishing the brakes, and the smoke has stopped. Lando Norris so far in our first 23 minutes of the session, leading the practice. You see a comparison with Norris and Piastri. Faster by 1.5 tenths nearly into the second turn. Also depends on the braking you do, the full throttle you have. It depends on however you take the corners. It's your own strategy. Every driver has their own strategy, you know. Okay, I'm gonna go check the chat now until the cars are gonna be back on track. Yeah, it's gonna be back. All right. No improvements. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be back. All right. No improvements. I mean, back. All right. Right, I'm back on chat. Yes, and again, saying about answering the same question you had about Aston Martin's upgrades. I think they're standing good enough. They're like not that bad as they were. Even if they would be last 2 positions and would be closer to the 20th position, it's a little improvement because Aston Martin was really far away from 20th, you know. Yo, Kevin, what's up? Welcome to the stream, mates. What's up, bro? How's been your Friday evening yesterday? Thanks, man, for joining. So grateful you're here. We have 3 viewers now. That's really nice. And amazing, amazing. Yeah, I agree with Kevin though. They're still cooked, but they have improved a little bit aerodynamically. We'll see at the end of the session where they're going to stand, so it's still not over yet. So this 10th and 11 is still not relevant for them. It still doesn't matter, I should say. It still doesn't matter, I should say. Cars are not on track yet, though it says track is clear. All the cars on the, as you see, Antonelli and Russell on track. Cars are joining on track. All right, I'm gonna go check the Mercedes runs. I'm gonna be back in the chat, guys. I'm going to answer your questions if you have anything and chat with you a little bit. Now I'm gonna check out real quick the runs by the Mercedes drivers. Oh, they're on new soft, so that's going to be really interesting. I mean, they should definitely get into the 118s, definitely. So I'm gonna check real quick. All right, back on the broadcast from F1 TV. It's going.
On the bench for Spurs.
They've had a rough enough season last time out. I don't want to add any more pain to that. To any Spurs fans watching. But yeah, that's very strange. I thought that existed. So we've covered Zoll Baumgartner and other short-lived championships, and now we're going to welcome the best drivers in the world to the racetrack, including two-time winner Max Verstappen.
We also have Verstappen on new softs.
Verstappen's going to be somewhere here across this weekend. If Red Bull can pull off their usual trick of making a big leap forward from Friday.
Lando Norris, the leader, is having an outlap as well on the same soft tires. We're on board with Kimi Antonelli, the championship leader, going to the second sector and now completing his outlap, starting his flying lap.
Red Bull have gone back to the Macarena rotisserie rear wing as well. So
A lot of cars on track at this point. I think there are more than 10 drivers on track. It's really busy out there.
Circuit, but again, there'd be a team that say favoring Hornets over straights.
So yet doing a now lap. He's not pushing yet. He's probably bringing in, and yeah, he's zigzagging. I will see on the broadcast from F1 TV.
Be somewhere in the picture for qualifying later on.
Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah, Gasly improving, getting some improvements to the first and second sector. Track is getting better and better. The track evolution is big around here, as the commentator said.
All of the different circuit types we've had so far this season. Mercedes have been on Grand Prix pole for all of them. So a couple of turn-ups on sprint qualifying on Friday.
Alonso improving with a 121.5. Well, I mean, it's the same one, I think. Gasly improved with a 121.7.
Circuit, so much chat about these straight line issues. Mercedes now believe
Verstappen on a fast lap now, 27.9 and 28.9. He's not looking that bad, though he lost half a second to Lando Norris in the middle sector. Verstappen goes with a 195 behind Isaac Hudger. He's behind his teammates so far in the first half of the session. Antonelli having the first 2 mini sectors purple in the first sector. 28.0, not better than Lando Norris in the Papaya car, but he's really close. The Mercedes car has been really mighty to the second sector. As a 27.8, George Russell is mighty to the first sector. Leclerc with a 119.3 replaces Verstappen, still behind Isaac Hadjar by 300ths. Russell 28.8. It hasn't been as mighty as we thought. Kimi Antonelli only 29.0. That doesn't look that good. He lost a lot of time to Lando Norris. Kimi Antonelli only to 5th, 1:19.8. We see George Russell soon completing his lap. As George Russell goes with a 1:19.2, still behind Lando Norris. Interestingly, the Mercedes drivers are behind Lando Norris. And not even saying about Kimi Antonelli, he's not even in the top 5, the championship leader. But yeah, it's still free practice, so definitely qualifying is going to improve. Track limits for Kimi Antonelli. His lap time is cancelled due to exceeding track limits in a place. I don't know where it was. I haven't seen him. And it doesn't say FIA reports, like it says car 12's lap time was deleted for exceeding track limits in turn X, wherever it was. Lando Norris brought an improvement, 27.8, and he lost a lot of time, as we can see, at 1:19.8. But it was on scrub softs, ladies and gentlemen. You see to the last corner, a little bit of wobbling for Lando Norris, but it wasn't too bad and too shabby for him, ladies and gentlemen. Lewis Hamilton on on 5-lap old softs, a 27.8. That's already a solid benchmark. Piastri is having an improvement as well. A 27.8 is really solid as well. A 28.7. And Piastri goes to 2nd place. It's a 1-2 for McLaren, as they used to be in the old good days for them in 2025 when they were absolutely dominating the ground effect era. Post moments, Lewis Hamilton goes with a 1:19.0 and replaces Lando Norris. Incredible final sector for Lewis Hamilton. Nicely controlled for the British driver. Verstappen is having a 28.2 to the middle sector. So Verstappen might be there in a 1:18 or maybe not. It depends. So we'll see about it. It's still not over yet for the lap. Verstappen is not improving on the mini sectors, as we could see. And Verstappen goes with a 1:19.2. Lost a lot of time to the 3rd sector, as you can see. He only got a 23.0 compared to his personal best, a 22.6. We're going to watch on board Verstappen now. As you see on the broadcast F1 TV live.
Right at the end there. Verstappen's making the difference in the
Though he was 3.5 tenths quicker than Verstappen. That Hamilton. That was insane, but he lost.
Speed into 12. Again, everyone's struggling with the rear now. That's just about off the jump side of the way.
Going wide to the 13th corner and a little wobbling to the final corner. Going wide. He hasn't managed to touch the apex, and that's the time lost for the 4-time world champion. Wilson brought up improvement with a 1:20.0. Isaac Hatcher is improving as well, a 27.9 and a 28.3. Another Red Bull driver. Hatcher goes with 1:19.0. Close to Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton. Goes into 3rd fastest. Though he was slower than Max Verstappen to the first 2 sectors. Oh, but it might be exceeding track limits to turn 4, as we saw he was running over the curbs as well. And also we had Kimi Antonelli for that lap time deleted exactly in the same corner, turn 4. The fastest and most spectacular corner of the racetrack. Lindblad's car is still in the garage, repairing it. Yeah, all right. Still no serious drivers improving. Now I'm gonna go check the chat right now. All right. Right, Kev. I'm glad you're back. Hope you were chilling under the shower, as you said. Your friend Kimi, yeah. Andrea Antonelli is, I don't know what's Antonelli doing now. He's having yellow mini sector, so I don't know what he's going to do. But I bet he's going to get a lap time kicked in, so there shouldn't be any worries for the Mercedes driver. Yeah, all right, I'm back. A few drivers in the midfield improving. Behrman, Gasly, Bottas improved as well with a 122.2. Charles Leclerc goes with a 118.6. Nice for him. Looks good. I think it was a nice lap. I'm gonna check the footage now. Had an insane first sector.
Strong performance at 2/3 distance. Remember the movement. There is so much movement in the final 3 corners.
And Tonelli goes now to second place on Scrub Softs with a 118.8. No purple sectors for the championship leader.
It means he's still got rear grip a little better than before. He's hanging on to it.
You can see how much time he's losing in those final 2 corners, but it is the fastest time for Charles Leclerc. Both Leclerc and Hamilton took their last pole position around this circuit.
And Leclerc there just unlocked a huge amount of pace in that middle sector. So that was where Ferrari were down and then having to claw something back in the final sector where they've been so strong. Antonelli across the line and actually does a great job in that final sector. So that is on a par with Leclerc there. So through the sectors.
This is George Russell into the first turn. Another big lock-up. We're seeing...
Yeah, George Russell lock up. And as we see, there's still a lot of dust in one. Whereas not the racing line zone. Signs a few improvements to the first sectors. And the second one as well goes on 121.7. Behind Aston Martin, though. That's a good sign for Aston Martin. And they haven't drawn on softs, I think, yet. So Aston Martin is not looking that bad, ladies and gentlemen. As you two said, Kev and Stuart, Aston Martin has brought upgrades. It looks like they're kind of working. But we'll see in qualifying, chat. We'll see in qualifying, chat.
Change of surface down at the braking zone. So a bit of a bump leads to a really difficult part where the tyres basically lift off the ground momentarily and then they lock. And it's really difficult to get the grip coming back again. Once you've had that initial lock, you're basically doomed to fate on the start of braking.
You know, if it's signs better, we're never going to get the question about it.
I'm feeling confident.
He's punchy, everyone. 22 minutes to go.
Well, Sainz has just improved on his lap time. If he's on a soft tyre and he's had a lock-up that's big enough to cause a smoke screen for seconds back, that car is going back in the pits where Albon is. So there is my detective work. I laid out for you.
I like it. Showing he's working. Jolyon Palmer. He's with us throughout the entire weekend. DC, Joe is Jolyon Palmer and myself for qualifying and the Grand Prix.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check the chat now. There's nothing too much going on in here, so I'm gonna check.
Teams definitely. So I'm gonna check real quick. 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 So I'm gonna
I don't know if I will live stream on Quali, Kevin. But I'll see. Probably, I don't know. I'm going to watch it on TV, and I don't know. But at one point, I definitely do a Quali stream as well. So no worries, man. Yeah, I also say that these 4 teams, Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, and Red Bull, are the best ones. So definitely the best teams on track now. Yeah, Valtteri Bottas improving. 121.2. Gasly 124. Yeah, I don't know if Adrian Newey will another engine for Aston Martin next year. I think they messed it up with this Honda engine because remember the preseason testing in Bahrain, their engine was vibrating so much they had to reduce the speed, because if not, the car would have break into half. And remember the huge engine failures they had. So, if I am in Adrian Newey's place, I will definitely do something with the engine. If they were, in my opinion, if they were sticking to Mercedes, I think they were looking better. Aerodynamically weren't the greatest ones. They were still struggling as well, but probably the Mercedes engine, they could have been sticking close to better positions. Yeah, I remember that. That was insane. And also the Silverstone understeer. Man, that was crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna go check uh the broadcast now. Yeah, no worries, man. But yeah, if that's another funny thing about Aston Martin, that was literally a meme. I never saw any F1 car to steer like that through cops or maggots Beckett's. That was crazy, and they literally broke their tires, man. It's a wonder they haven't got punctures. It's literally a wonder. Going back to the broadcast now. Wait.
Be dealt with by race control. Race control also told us earlier on that Alex Albon was deep at turn one. So congratulations to Jolyon Palmer, who is undefeated so far today.
And so now your new sauce, ladies and gentlemen. So I came back right on time on the live F1 TV broadcast footage.
Coming to the end of that, we're talking about the driver market and the implications of the Aston Martin update working, keeping Fernando Alonso the team. Doesn't go entirely to plan. By the way, the team are really happy with the initial data.
Russell starts his lap on new softs as well, ladies and gentlemen. So Mercedes is going to bring the soft runs 2.0 in this session, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see the real benchmarks coming up right now. It's a 27.6. That's already mighty for George Russell, for Kimi Antonelli. For Kimi Antonelli, it's so mighty. George Russell has quit his lap, apparently. George Russell. And we see Antonelli now on board. Piastri is having a 27.9. He's not an improvement, but though sectors that he's looking good for him, ladies and gentlemen. It's another purple sector for the mighty man. Kimi Antonelli was 13th last time in FP2, I think. And it's a 27.9 for Oscar Piastri. He's still in the fight with Kimi Antonelli, but though it depends on the third sector. Kimi Antonelli, a best benchmark of the weekend so far, ladies and gentlemen, a 118.2. We're definitely going to be under the 118s this weekend. In qualifying, we're probably going to have a mid 117 or probably better. Oscar Piastri goes with a 118.4, 2 tenths behind the Mercedes driver. But we'll see Russell, what he's going to do. He's still not doing anything whatsoever. So Russell messed up his other chance to see where he's standing as quali pace or race pace here in free practice straight. Lando Norris is bringing improvements to the first sector, a few minute sectors as well.
Mercedes begin to show their hand. Antonelli
The improvements are coming on the leaderboard, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 27-6 for Lando Norris as Isaac Hadjar gets a 27 in the Red Bull. Not bad for the French driver. Verstappen starting another lap. Hadjar on improvements, 28.7, 28.277. Oh, I'm still messing up the numbers sometimes. It's not my bad. Lando Norris is blitzing the lap times. And the reigning champion might show us that McLaren have brought upgrades as well, as they said. So the mini sectors in the third sector are not looking that good for Lando Norris. He needs at least a 22.6 as he had last time. Lando Norris with a 1:18.206 improves his lap time and goes even better than Kimi Antonelli. Nearly a 1:18.2 and 1, and we're close to the 1:17s as well. Russell improving a 27.8. Verstappen a 27.6. Hadjar has bailed out of his lap, probably a mistake. Lando Norris, he was doing a better final sector. I think he could have been a 1:17.9 even if he had a perfect final sector. Verstappen has brought a 1:18.6. 1.5 tenths behind Lando Norris. Fernando Alonso goes to 11th. Fernando Alonso, ladies and gentlemen, on softs is having a 1:20.3. So yeah, guys, it looks like Aston Martin has brought the upgrades, ladies and gentlemen. And as we said, probably Aston Martin is hoping for the first Q2 appearance, I think, this year. I don't know if they had a Q2 appearance this year, but Aston Martin is definitely having a better car at this point. Let's see the final sector as we're on board with Fernando Alonso or the footage. Alonso, a little bit wobbling, but it was clean enough. Alonso goes to 11th. Not that bad. Russell 1:18.8. Not good for him, ladies and gentlemen. Lewis Hamilton getting on track on new softs. Lewis Hamilton is going to be maybe a real benchmark to us. Track is even better now, ladies and gentlemen. Hulkenberg with a 1:19.1 in the German Audi car. Piastri had a 27.6 as we could see it. A little bit shy of his teammate Lando Norris. The man who's been dominating 2025, in my opinion. Oscar was the man that was highly likely to win the championship, but somehow in the last half, the team have robbed him. And yeah, the papaya rules logistics, man, you know.
But it is all about your performance and sending a mechanical grip in that final sector. It's going to be defining.
Okay, Lewis Hamilton to the final corner, starting his lap. Whoa, Lando Norris, a little bit on the vibrators there. We're on board with Piastri now. Oh, a little bit wobbling, and yeah, a mistake for the Australian. Cutting the chicane. It's a 27.6 for Charles Leclerc, the first Ferrari to set an actual lap time. And we see Lewis Hamilton nearly finishing. It's a 27.5. It looks good for Lewis Hamilton, ladies and gentlemen. He only needs an improvement to the second sector, and that's going to be mighty for him. Improvements coming in for the drivers. It's a 28.2 only for Charles Leclerc, not the best middle sector, but the greatest final sector. 2-3, ladies and gentlemen, and he also goes with a 1:18.2, high 1:20, 1:18.2. Lewis Hamilton a 28.3, an improvement as we see. We'll see what Hamilton could do to the final sector. He's having purple mini sectors and green as well, so it looks good for Lewis Hamilton, who's done a 1:18.0, and that's a really big benchmark for the British driver, nearly into the 120, into the 117s this weekend. That was an insane lap for Lewis Hamilton. Will be on board with Lewis Hamilton, who was 4 tenths behind Lando Norris to the middle sector, but then he used his boost probably into third sector. That's strategy, you know. Lando Norris is still having a fight at 27.6 and 27.8. We'll see the final sector as well. He's going to improve. This is an exciting final practice. We'll see Lando Norris coming soon and finishing his lap. Lando Norris! Lando Norris with a 1:79. Horrendous stuff from the British driver. Amazing stuff as we go before the qualifying. Lando Norris, the first man to bring a 1:79. And this 2026 cars are going probably better than the first cars in 2022. Qualifying set by George Russell. We see the Norris now, his lap.
Stepping up. Can Norris do a better job in the final sector this time around? Certainly look cleaner.
And he goes back to the top. McLaren versus Ferrari. Update McLaren against Ferrari. Norris, the winner of the Grand Prix last year, against the best driver of this circuit statistic.
Well, guys, who knows? We might even get a 1:16. I don't know. I don't know if it's probably too exaggerated to say that, but I don't know. Cars are looking good in this final practice. But Hamilton got a horrendous final sector, 22.1. That was insane by the Ferrari driver. Mercedes aren't as dominant as they were. Ferrari and McLaren brought their upgrades here in Hungary, ladies and gentlemen. Russell only a 1:18.5 being pros on 7-lap-old tires. Not a big deal for him, ladies and gentlemen. 6 tenths behind the McLaren driver, Lando Norris. Antonelli on that lap as well, on a 4-lap-old soft tire. As he starts his lap now, it's a 27.7 for Kimi Antonelli. He's still trying to bring improvements. We see Franco Colapinto 20.0. 3 tenths shy of the more experienced driver from Alpine, Pierre Gasly. See Bortoletti improving. Antonelli is having a green middle sector, the second man to be, or third man under the 28s in the third sector. It was Piastri and Norris, the only man under the 28s. McLaren is really mighty to the middle sector, so that's the thing we should notice in going into qualifying. So the battle is going to be between McLaren, Ferrari, and Mercedes. Red Bull still shy of those 3 teams sitting ahead of them, 7 and 8. So the thing we should notice, McLaren, Ferrari, and Mercedes are neck in neck to the first sector. As we note, as if we should notice a thing about the middle sector, it's McLaren's sector. And if we go to the final sector, Ferrari have a big advantage ahead of McLaren, and also Mercedes second, a little bit quicker than McLaren. Antonelli wobbling a little bit, but still gets a 1:18.0 and doesn't go ahead of Lewis Hamilton, but not bad on a 5-lap-year-old soft tire. Last 5 minutes chat of the session, amazing one so far. I hope it's not a mistake, but I shouldn't get too excited here in free practice. But my commentating intentions are to get me adrenaline and just be like a commentator, like it's qualifying or race, you know. I don't know if I'll have a live stream on qualifying or not. But at one day I'll definitely live stream a qualifying. I'll probably if I don't know if you are here yesterday on my last stream in second free practice. My birthday is going to be in the Saturday of Madrid, 12th of September, my 17th birthday, and I'm probably going to stream free practice as well, qualifying as well, and probably and that's going to be a really active day for me, even though I'm gonna celebrate it. We see Lewis Hamilton having another flying lap. He's still trying to get back into first. The 27.6. It's not that far behind on a 4 lap year old uh, soft. Hamilton not looking good on the final mini sectors of the middle sector. It's a 28. It's a 44-0. He probably bailed out of the lap, ladies and gentlemen. And he's probably going to pit, ladies and gentlemen. Lewis Hamilton, it's probably over for him this lap. And yeah, the mistake as we saw, and that's why he bailed out of his lap. He cuts the chicane and he had no chance to steer into the entry of the right-sided corner of the chicane. Charles Leclerc still pushing, but he was close though, even though he hasn't improved on any of his sectors. Millimetrically behind of all his thirds for his all sectors. 118.3 as we could see, ladies and gentlemen. Half a tenth slower than his own performance. This practice session, Lewis Hamilton is having a purple mini sector. So Lewis Hamilton probably recharges his battery and gets another flying lap. It's 27.6, nearly 27.7. Not as good as last lap when he bailed out of it because of the chicane mistake he had. Last 2 minutes, chat. It's been an amazing live stream for me again. Many viewers again. I'm gonna check the chat soon. Probably when the Cadillac driver, the only way to get out of the way of Arvid Lindblad is going off track. The Alpine gave him clear space. Franco Colpinto, 1.7 seconds behind Lando Norris, the man who hasn't set a benchmark yet. So he goes with a 120.0. It's not bad for Arvid Lindblad, but he's hoping for top 10 finish because this man, this rookie man, has been in a very good form, I should say. So we should really praise this man. I mean, he did many good races. He was also good in defending against the second driver from Red Bull. So yeah, he was actually absolutely doing well. So he definitely deserves a seat for 2027 and the years to come. 27.9 for Liam Lawson, the man who is the more informed Racing Bulls driver. 28.3, shy a little bit of his own performance from the middle sector. So Isaac Hadjar gets a 27.8 as well. Improvement on a 6 lap year old soft tire. And we see someone get the lap time deleted. We've seen track limited, I think. They're in the back markers, I think.
Four-time Grand Prix winner. Carlos Sainz, 18th position. Williams team, he improves at least. Alex Albon was saying they were with Aston Martin's great into the next part of qualifying.
Leclerc is having a little purple mini sector there. 28.3, but he's still trying to get a little improvement there. Probably with an amazing final sector. We'll see about it. And Lawson gets on the vibrators too much there.
The timing. Drivers are going to have to be a little bit careful with track limits in qualifying. I see times, but it's a big advantage to necessarily keep to lap still, bouncing over some curves.
Norris was right on the brink, wasn't it? Fighting it, not by design, but fighting it. Could carry you over turn 14. The right line there. That did happen to Alex Albon.
Yeah, it wasn't quick for Norris doing that, but it was.
Check the flag out, boys. It's over. The final practice. Some drivers are having out laps for the standing start practice. Nameblad brought an improvement. Also goes under the 120s as well. Nice improvements. Closer and closer to the top 10. Behind the Alpine of Gasly and the two Audis separating them.
Great work from Racing Bulls.
White flag, smoke on from inside.
I'll check the chat real quick. Probably some have joined, probably not. I don't know. Yeah, thanks, guys. I now see your comments about me. So thanks, boys. Yeah, it was really interesting FP3 sessions. We got some beautiful benchmarks here. And also, thanks, Kevin. I tried to do my best as a commentator. Still trying to improve a little bit, but I think I'm doing well enough, I should say. Thanks, guys, for being here. It's been amazing. And we're still staying for a bit to see the final standings of the practice. And then we're going to see qualifying. Yeah, I don't know if I'll stream on qualifying, but at one point I will stream. I promise you guys. And even a race live stream, who knows, man? And even a race live stream, who knows? All right, going back to the real F1 footage, F1 TV footage. And I'm gonna say goodbye to you at the end when this transmission ends from the F1 TV. We see Lewis Hamilton on the standing starts, grid slots. 10 behind the McLaren driver, the reigning champion. Okay, so I think this should be a ideal lap. I mean, ideal lap by calculating the best purple sector set by all the drivers. I think it should be a 117.5 or 4. So we're definitely matching the 2022 cars, chat. So it doesn't look that bad, but conditions are different as well, a little bit. As I remember there, I was there in the 2022 Hungarian Grand Prix. I was watching quali. It was pretty cold and it was cloudy at that point, as I remember. So Carlos was struggling to the final corner. Oh, Lewis Hamilton, we see a replay on his best lap. He had a little wobble to the final sector, the final corner. The hardest corner of the racetrack, I should say, especially talking about the dust and the lack of grip drivers have there to the final sector and final corner.
Said yesterday, beware of Lando because he was quick, he just didn't piece it all together, and he has done a much better job of doing that, especially in the second lap.
See a replay of the man that wears number 1 on his car. The man has finished for number 1 in this session. Lando Norris, the championship winner of 2025. The man that has number 1 on his car, Lando Norris, smiling in the garage when he gets out of the car. And he's showing good form.
An opportunity up against Kimi Antonelli to actually broke a different way. He easily won that race. As he's back and say goodbye to that set as he tests.
Cars are pitting. And session is over, chat. We'll see soon the standings, the final standings of the session.
Last year's winner in the fight.
Oh yeah, the last year's winner. It was Lando Norris. Survived the brutal attacks from Oscar Piastri. I was at my grandparents at that point, and I was watching with them. We had a little bit of emotion there. the McLaren drivers. As now we see the final standings, Lando Norris, the fastest man of all, the 179, the only man on the 118s. Lewis Hamilton solid in the upgraded Ferrari as well. The championship leader has brought some improvements since Friday evening in third place. Same, pretty similar 118.0. We have Charles Leclerc close behind. We have Oscar Piastri, Russell, Verstappen, and Hadjar behind the top three teams. Lawson, Hulkenberg completing the top 10. We see Bortoleto, Gasly, Lindblad, Colapinto, the two halves of Ocon and Behrman in 15th and 16th. And surprisingly, which is an improvement, it doesn't matter. Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll are in 17 and 18. Nice improvement for the Aston Martin. It's praisable. It's absolutely praisable. They brought upgrades and they worked. Great job, Aston Martin. You're not the worst car on grid anymore. It's probably Cadillac with Bottas being the 19th place man. And surprisingly, Williams, nothing whatsoever. Sainz and Albon in 20th and 21st, with the last place man, Sergio Perez, who had a car failure, hasn't managed to get a lap time set on the leaderboard. So yeah, guys, this has all been the live stream for today. I hope you really enjoyed it with me. I tried to do my best to excite you guys. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Stuart, for joining. Take care, guys. Have a nice Saturday afternoon and enjoy watching qualifying. And also, thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone that's been here for the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully see you in the next stream. Next one is Netherlands, I think. So then this is going to be the last Grand Prix before the summer break. So yeah, guys, hope you're also gonna have a nice summer break as well after the Grand Prix. And thanks for being here again. And see you. I mean, see you next time in the next stream. And enjoy watching qualifying. And luckily and in a great way, we have all the benchmarks going into this weekend. McLaren upgrading their car, they brought the results in with Lando and Oscar in first and fifth. Probably Oscar could have been a little bit better if he had used softs. The Ferrari pair of Leclerc and Hamilton for respectively second. Mercedes not looking as mighty as they were. So yeah, guys, this has been all for today, and I am also going to go. I'm going to have to eat now. I'm going to eat my lunch. Maybe some nice lunch, soup, and main dish. So yeah, guys, uh, grab your popcorn for qualifying and the race as well, and see you next time. Goodbye, guys.